So, humans have always strived for perfection. In society means it's maybe no famine, no poverty. It's something we always want to achieve. Utopia is essentially paradise. What's interesting about the word utopia is what people usually, oh, it's something perfect. It actually comes from the Greek word no place, which means it's kind of more of an idea, not an actual place. To achieve a utopia, the general mass has to give up something, whether it be emotions or feelings or just one object in particular. And the very ironic thing about this is that a utopia is very hypocritical. You're never really free, and there's still class systems. Like, there's never really its true amount of freedom. In Brave New World, one of the books I read, everyone has a false sense of happiness. It's like they don't have a true idea of what happiness is. They only feel happiness from drugs or something that gives them that false sense of security almost. And in a way, like I said, utopia is essentially a dystopia. And if you look at the reasons why, there's no freedom. People are given something to believe. They don't believe on their own. They don't believe themselves. Dystopia, it's the same way. There is no freedom. There is no happiness. So in The Road, which is the other book I read, it's more of an obvious dystopia, like things you'd see in movies, like a post-apocalyptic setting. It kind of shows more of a raw human nature instead of like something people given to believe. It's more of like the deep down feeling, like the very root of humanity. And perfection in all reality is impossible to achieve. Everyone has different needs that need to be met, so not everyone can meet the same exact need. There's always going to be someone else someone's utopia could be someone else's dystopia. So in a way, perfection is still impossible no matter what we do. But communism is, I know this sounds really weird, but communism is actually a real world example of this idea. The basic idea of communism, in my short investigation, is it's kind of a social class that is classless and stateless. And the way that Karl Marx tried to approach it was very interesting because he was very, once again, hypocritical because they needed a total ruling government in order to keep everything the same. So the people revolted because obviously they really did not like that. And that's another thing about humans and humanity and how it relates to utopias and dystopias is that the individuality of every single person that there is. Because since everyone has their own needs and wants, you can't always achieve the exact same thing. So diversity, in a way, is what keeps us from falling into a utopia or a dystopia. And everyone's opinions is what keeps us afloat, in a way. So, well, like, if you imagine how movies always portray the future and how, for some reason, we're not there yet, it's because of that. And what does this mean for us? What does utopia and dystopia mean for us? What I believe is that there are more guidelines for us. A utopia is there to give us hope. It wants us to achieve more, and it wants us to always strive for better. But a dystopia is a warning to always keep in fact of what we're actually getting to, and rather if it's right or wrong. And let's just hope that we never have to run into either.